These are the top 10 players in the Bafana Bafana squad. I've ranked them top 10. This is my ranking. We are football, as you can see. So it's mine. If you want to make your own, you can definitely make your own. I will give the players strength, weaknesses, their specialty, and my overall rating top 10. Honorable mention will start with Mahopa. As you can see here, he just falls short. He falls short out of my top 10 list, and I've rated him at 79, right? I've rated him 79. What are his strengths? His link-up play is absolutely amazing. What is his weakness? His finishing and pace. I think he lacks a little bit of speed up top where it's needed, and also he is not a prolific finisher. He's not very clinical. So those are his weaknesses that he can work on in his game. And his specialty, I think, is the ultimate team player. He gets a gold star for being the ultimate team player. Overall ranking 79. Now we get to my top 10, right? Of course, I do not watch every single Bafana Bafana player playing all over the world. I'm not keeping tabs of all of them. This is to the best of my ability. So take my rating with a pinch of salt. Of course, you're welcome to add where I've missed anything, but I think it's a pretty solid rating. At number 10, we start off with Mbogazi. What are his strengths? His tackling, his reading of the game, and also his strength. Of course, he's very, very strong, right? So we know that he's basically blown up since his debut in Orlando Pirates. So I would even say in a little bit of a year that he's made his career. Starter at Pirates and now in the Bafana Bafana playing in an international tournament, also earned a move to the MLS. So his rise has been unprecedented, to be honest with you, and he's very young, so he has a lot to learn, which leads me to his weaknesses, which is inexperience. I still think that he's very inexperienced, and sometimes he can be rash, so he can be caught out of position because of his inexperience and also his height. He is a defender, and sometimes you want your center backs to be a little bit taller. To me, that is a little bit of a hindrance in his game. There's absolutely nothing he can do about it. If he's at left back, then it's not that bad. But at center back, you want your center backs to be a little bit taller in order to deal with the aerial threats, to win the crosses, win the headers, right? Especially from set pieces too. So for me, overall, I've rated Mbogazi an 80, and he gets a gold star for his physicality. He is very, very strong. You can't shake him. You can't shake him. You can't fight with him. I think he might be a little bit exposed when he comes up against players like Victor Osimhen. Then he will be really, really tested. Of course, AFCON has a lot of superstars, so I'm really waiting to see how he will fare in this tournament. So Mbogazi, he's at my number 10, overall 80 TLB. Number 9, I have President Damatuke Mfokeng. I've rated him at an 81. What are his strengths? His movement, his creativity, and he operates well in tight spaces. So expect to see that in the AFCON, especially when he's playing as a number 10 or in the free role. How he takes up those little pockets of space is very, very good. And he's a very intricate player as well. So his gold star, his specialty, I've said he's a very intricate player. So he deals well when the ball and the football is moving quickly. Those 1-2 tight, Dalabodi 1-2. He is very good at doing that and creating chances. So if he's picking up those pockets of space in the 10 or even out wide, he's playing 1-2 touch football, he's moving, he's very, very dangerous. He's very young as well. So, very technical player, so very technically gifted player. So you have to be careful with him. He is a star, he's a gem. What are his weaknesses though? I think there's a lot that he can actually work on in his game. Of course, there's nothing that he can do about his physicality. He's very small. So if maybe the African teams, and you know they're going to be very rough, they're very strong, they're bigger than us, they're taller than us, maybe that can raffle Mufokeng off the wrong way. He's going to need to shake that, put the ball down, learn how to move quickly, and maybe win fouls. That's the way that he can capitalize from his small stature, right? But he needs to work on his shooting. I think actually he does not have great shooting. Yes, he scored, I think, a few long-range goals, but in general, his finishing is not that good, and you can also see it with his stats. He doesn't score a lot of goals. So if he works on that, he'll be a much, much better player going forward, right? And obviously, his pace. I don't think he's the paciest of wingers. When he does play on the left wing, he's more of a play 2 feet, let's do 1-2s. And yeah, he's more of a creative player. He's not very direct. He's not very, I'm going to beat you for pace, pass it around you, go around you. He's not that type. He just doesn't have that. Those are his weaknesses. I mean, he just has to work on his finishing and shooting for me. Then he'll be He's already a talent to behold, but I think that's where he can level up his game. Overall rating for me, 81 for Mufokeng. Then we go to number 8, and I have Lyle Foster. Lyle Foster, I love him because he works hard. He'll pop up anywhere on the pitch and help out defensively. So even on the wings, he'll run the channels. He'll make runs in behind from a striker like a normal striker should do. He'll fight for every ball in the air against all the center backs. Even if you put 2 on him, he will give you a fight. He will help out, come back in defense, even in the box with set pieces and corners. He will help out defensively. That's what I love about him. He does not stop working hard. What are his other strengths? He's also, like I said, his positioning, he's a proper number 9. You'll find him in the box where he's supposed to be, at the right place at the right time, ready for a tap-in. And he always makes those runs well. I think he's very good at beating the offside trap as well. He also has good pace. He also has very good pace. So he's able to run in behind the strikers and get himself in good positions to give himself an opportunity at being one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Another thing is that he's very smart. I think he's a very intelligent footballer. He's very mature. We know now he plays in the Premier League. This is his 2nd season now in the Premier League, after also another season, a few seasons in the Championship actually. So I think his experience will come in handy for Bafana Bafana. What are his weaknesses? I say here pressure, because for some reason it seems like he cannot deliver for Bafana Bafana. A lot of people criticize Lyle Foster, and maybe that plays in his mind. Maybe when he's one-on-one against the keeper, maybe he overthinks it. He wants to go around instead of maybe taking the shot early, or vice versa, right? So for me, I think he needs to learn to deal with the pressure on his shoulders now, that there is the expectation that if you play for Bafana Bafana, you are number 9 and you play in England. Remember, for South Africans, the Premier League is not the most watched league in South Africa. It's actually the PSL. So when you come with a big reputation, then you're expected to deliver. And I think at the moment, that's a little bit of a challenge for him. But for me personally, I really believe in him. I think he's the best striker that we have in the squad, that he has to start, he has to play. So I think he can respond to those critics in this tournament. He gets a gold star for being the full package. I've just explained that he can do it all. He helps out defensively. He's good at linking up play. He's good at holding up the ball. He is a finisher. He is a striker. He's pacey. He makes runs in behind. There's nothing that I don't think he doesn't give you. Right? He also fights for every aerial duel. So for me, he gets a gold star for being the full package. My final rating is 82. Then we go to number 7, Aubrey Mudiba. He's a class act for me. What are his strengths? He's a modern fullback. I think Rulani really made this guy, especially at the left back for Mamelodi Sundowns, when Mamelodi Sundowns also won the first African Nations League. Is it the African Nations League? Yeah, right? African Super League, sorry. When they won the African Super League, he even scored in the final because he was marauding down the touchline. So he's very good at being the modern type of fullback and going forward. Another strength that he has is on the ball. He's very good on the ball. He takes care of possession. He finds his passes well, especially in the final third. He creates chances. And I give him a gold star for being a silent avenue of attack. He is actually a very secret weapon, a threat if we can use him. We can attack down the left-hand side together with maybe Apollos. So very good player, world class for me. The only weakness though is because he gets up a lot, he can be caught out of position. So he has to be very careful of being out of position, especially with the North African teams or African teams in general. They're very pacey. So they could kill Bafana Bafana on the counter attack if he's starting at left back and he's caught out of position. And also he's aging. So that is the question. Will he start for Bafana Bafana? I expect him to start. I think his experience and his quality just should earn in the lineup, the starting 11. But maybe Hugo Bross decides to go for youth, decides to go for legs. How is his stamina now in this era? That's a very good question. So let's see how Hugo Bross manages this tournament at left back. Now we go to number 6, and I have Talente Mbata. So what I like about him, he's very calm. He's very calm. He does not seem to panic in the middle of the park where it's chaotic. He's able to give you a foothold in the game. And I also love the fact that he's tidy in position. He's very tidy. He's careful with his passes, actually. So he doesn't just lose the ball unnecessarily. He plays it short when he has to, and he can go long if he wants to as well. So I really like the fact that he takes care of position. But one thing that's very good is his forward passes. We say a lot about CDMs or defensive midfielders or central midfielders in general. What are you doing to progress the team? And we've seen that Talente Mbata can create chances or just get the team moving up with forward passes. He gets a gold star Why? He gets a gold star for being able to turn defense into attack. Like I said, it combines this forward passes. He's very, very good at, in a situation, chaotic in the midfield. He wins the ball. He'll pass the first pass out wide in front of us, creates chances. So he gets a gold star for being very good in transition. Overall rating for me, Talent Mbata, I've went with 83. Now we get into my top 5. Top 5 highest rated Bafana Bafana players by myself and We Are Football. We start with Sipho Chain. He is an amazing goalkeeper of the season from last season in the PSL, of course. What are his strengths? His reflexes. This man makes saves. He makes really, really good saves where you think this is a goal. He'll just pull out a stop from absolutely nowhere. I also love the fact that he has timing. Sometimes he comes out really well. He knows when to come out to smother danger, and that's very, very important for me. So I really like the fact that he combines being able to make a save and also having the right timing to sometimes come out and smother danger before maybe even needing to make a save, right? So to me, really, really superb goalkeeper, superstar goalkeeper. South Africa has always been blessed with amazing keepers in the past. Sipho Chain, Slim Cut, Philip Joseph, Itumeleng Khune, Brian Baloyi. South Africa has always been blessed with exceptional goalkeepers. The list goes on and on and on. Now, I also like the fact that he's really built for being a goalkeeper. He is tall, he's strong, he covers that goalpost. Every inch of it, he really covers it, and that also helps him for coming out to claim crosses or punching crosses away, because why? He's really, really tall. And I really love the fact that, you know, he has that build, because he was not, as a footballer, he couldn't have made it in any other position for me. He is really primed and designed to be a proper goalkeeper, and he is. What are his weaknesses? For me, on the ball. On the ball, he's absolutely unreliable. He's not good with his distribution. He's not comfortable with playing the ball at the back. So I don't think Bafana Bafana should take risks if he's playing. Just keep it simple. Make your passes when you can. Don't take unnecessary risk. Just boot it up if you need to, because we know you are not necessarily blessed with the talent at your feet, rather in your hands, and there's nothing wrong with that. He gets a gold star for being reliable, and I've given him an 85 rating. He's extremely reliable. The question is, will he play for Bafana Bafana? Now we go to number 4, Apollos. Do I need to say anything about Beldi Polisi Apollos? He is Bafana Bafana's go-to guy, right? You can see as a gold star, he is a GA magnet. That is his specialty. He sometimes finds a way to give you a goal. He finds a way to give you an assist. He's always involved in those type of statistics, those type of outputs, specifically for Bafana Bafana. That's going to be very, very important in this tournament. He's a bang-on starter. What is his strength? He's pacey, he's speedy, his acceleration. You absolutely need that for Bafana Bafana, especially on the wing. I also love the fact that he's a constant threat. Like, you can't take your eyes off him. Even if he drops deep to play a pass, he can give you a killer through ball. So even if he's not running down the wing or he's not in the box, if he's not shooting, then he can still create goals. His passes are actually very good. So he's a constant threat, a constant danger. And another specialty or strength of him is that he's a good finisher. You give him an opportunity, he will take it. So now, that's what we need to rely on. The fact that we know that Apollos knows where the goal is, and if he gets an opportunity, he will take it. He has that quality. And another strength of his, I'm going to add one more, is the fact that he's versatile. He can play on the left, he can play false 9, he can play in the 10, he can play on the right. He's extremely versatile. We can literally go anywhere that we want with him, and that's a huge strength to have. What are his weaknesses? Sometimes because he roams too much, he can be caught out of position, and maybe if we are progressing the ball towards the left and he's not there anymore because he was roaming on the right, then we lose that little bit of a threat for, you know, a few seconds, for a minute, and then we have to start over the attack, restart the attack, because he has that freedom to play. Obviously, also having that freedom to play is a strength for a number 10, but sometimes it's not perfect. So it also has its weaknesses. But also, I need to see him do more defensively in this tournament. Sometimes he is given a license to roam He has that free role, like I say, but it does not necessarily mean in this tournament, with tournament football, with how hectic football or intense the football can be on the transition, I'm going to need him to help out in defense. So drop back, and I'm just going to need that a little bit more from Apollos in this tournament. Overall rating for Apollos, 86. Now we go to my top three, the top three best rated players, highest rated players in the Bafana Bafana squad. Number 3, Khuluso Mudau. Now we are in world-class territory where they can play anywhere in the world. They would do a stellar job. He is the best right back on the continent. This guy is absolutely superb. He gets a gold star. His specialty, he gets a gold star for being impregnable. His specialty is 1v1 situations. You cannot beat him. Try get past him somewhat. Even if you do momentarily, he is great at recovering. Look at his strengths that I've put here. Recovering, like I said, even if you beat him, he will still come back and bite at your ankles. He'll maybe create a corner, kick the ball out for a throw in, but his strengths are all defensively astounding. Like, they are world class, absolutely exceptional in defense. Tackling, he knows when to put in a tackle. He knows when to wait. He can be patient, right? He's very composed. He doesn't panic. And at the same time, tackling, that's a standing tackle as a strength, and also a sliding tackle when you need to. His timing is absolutely very superb. And I've also added the fact that as a strength is his decision making. Like I said, he knows where to be at the right time. Where to be, when to intervene, when not to intervene, when to throw yourself, when not to throw yourself. That is a very important skill for a defender, especially a right back, to have, right? What are his weaknesses? The only place where he lacks, the only place that I can think of where he lacks, nothing in defense, it's only in attack. We need a little bit of more output sometimes. Even if you get forward, just have a little bit of quality in your final ball to either give us a goal or to create an assist or put in a good cross. Why? Because in the last AFCON, where South Africa was knocked out, remember, he missed that chance with his weaker foot to knock Nigeria out in 90 minutes. South Africa then went on to lose the game in penalties. So the only place where he lacked, or where he lacks, is in attack. It's as simple as that. He's an old-fashioned right back, but he's very good at his job. So now, exceptional. Look at my rating of Mudau, 88. Like I said, now we are in world-class territory and he can play absolutely anywhere in the world and he'll give you a stellar job. One of the players to look at during this AFCON. Number 2, the top 2 best-rated players in the South African squad. I've went with number 2, Tebogo Mokoena. I really don't know where this guy lacks. Look at the strengths that I have. Control. He can run a game in the midfield. He can run a game. Long range shooting. He has a powerful shot on him. He scored a free kick against Morocco in the last AFCON to knock them out, right? It also coincides with my other strength of him with set pieces. He's a threat in both boxes as well. So he can score from headers in a corner. He can score from free kicks. He can score from long range shooting. Just don't let him shoot from anywhere. He has power in those legs. It's a V12 engine on Tebogo Mokwena's legs. Don't let him shoot. He doesn't even need backlift, so don't give him the space. He will show you what he's capable of. Absolutely superb. His passing is really good. His short passing is really good. He can also go long when he wants. He can run a game, this guy. And also, I have here his stamina. He doesn't seem to get tired. He will play every game 90 minutes and run his socks off for 90 minutes. Not even 90 minutes, because as Bafana Bafana, we also went to a few extra time games in the last AFCON. So 120, he was still there. He was still there. So very, very, like I said, we are in the world-class territory. This guy can play absolutely anywhere in the world, and I think he might be the highest rated or most valuable member of the AFCON team of the South African squad. He might be the most valuable. Just check me on that. Yeah, so I can't stop singing his praises. Sometimes his positioning, you know how as a CDM you drop in to also help the build up, to progress the defense, your right backs and your left backs, where he steps in between the center backs, and one of them go to left back and right back, and then the right back and the left back then push up. He can do that as well. So to me, perfect player, which leads me to his weaknesses. I've detected no significant weaknesses. What does he have? What is the weakness of Tebogo Mokoena? I've detected no significant weaknesses. There's literally nothing. You can say he's speed, but sometimes you don't even really need speed in that position. We've seen players like Puskas play it. We've seen players like Xabi Alonso play that position. You don't need speed, and his speed is actually pretty decent for me. So he doesn't really lack in speed. He doesn't have to be as fast as Apollos, but he doesn't lack in speed. So someone tell me, if you can figure it out, what is Tebogo Mokwena's weakness? What is it? Because I don't have. He gets a gold star for his shooting and set pieces. Like I said, a threat in both boxes. Dead ball situation, penalties, free kicks. He can also score a header from corners. So to me, Tebogo Mokoena, one of the best players South African football has ever seen. Overall rating 89. Which leads me to the final one. The best player, the highest rated player in the AFCON squad, in the Bafana Bafana AFCON squad, is Ronwen Williams. Of course, we know this is the guy that's sharing the stage with global icons like Donnarumma, like Thibaut Courtois, like Anderson. He's nominated for the best awards. He's nominated for the best goalkeeper awards for multiple years now, while playing his trade in South Africa and in Africa. I think that says it all. What are his strengths? He's experienced. He's very, very experienced goalkeeper. He's played in the Club World Cup now. He's led Sundowns to a CAF Champions League final. He also has multiple league titles, multiple trophies, multiple appearances in the national team. So to me, his experience is key. That also goes together with his leadership. I think you've heard from some of the players how they look up to him, how they listen to him, how he conducts and organizes his defense. He's loud, he's proud, he's really, really vocal in his box. So that is very good. But he also leads. You remember how he spoke to Coach Hugo Bros to give Mofokeng his debut, and Mofokeng just touched the ball because it was the right time. He leads off the pitch as well. So Ronwen Williams is a class act. His leadership is good. Why we got to a podium finish in the last AFCON is because of his penalty. It's because of his penalty-saving abilities. He saved 4 out of 5 penalties against Cape Verde. He saved the penalty, I think, against Nigeria, and also won us a penalty shootout against DRC in the 3rd place playoff. So his penalty saving abilities are off the charts. He created history at an international tournament, saving 4 out of 5 penalties at 1 goal, right? His reactions are cat-like. Cat-like reactions, cat-like reflexes. He's an absolutely amazing goalkeeper who knows how to save you. Do you know his save in the 90th minute against Cape Verde? South Africa went on to win that quarterfinal. Without that save, that fingertip save onto the bar, South Africa were knocked out. So he is going to be very important for South Africa. He will be relied upon. He will be called upon time and time again. It's absolutely unfortunate that South Africa has 2 really top goalkeepers in Ronwen Williams and Chain. I don't even think it's Chain's fault. Sometimes when, we are gifted differently as footballers, and he's a great goalkeeper, Chain, but Ronwen Williams is another level. He's rivaling Itumeleng Khune now for the best goalkeeper to have ever existed in South African football, with Andre Arendse as well there. So for me, he might go down as the most successful, especially on club level, right? But on national level, let's see what he can do. Another strength of his, I have so many for Ronwen Williams. He's a sweeper keeper, amazing at rushing out and smothering the danger. You see him run and kicking the ball away, just so that if South Africa is playing a high line, he's always there, he's ready, he's switched on. And another one is on the ball. On the ball, he's an absolute asset. He's great at his distribution. I don't even know if Khune was as good on the ball. He was never as good. Khune was good at that distribution, the service. Ronwen Williams can also do it. I'm not saying he's better than Khune, but he can also do it. But where he's better than most goalkeepers is playing football. We can use him to start our attacks. He's very comfortable. He doesn't panic. Even under pressure, he does not panic. However, the only weakness is that type of football that we want to play with keepers like this leads to mistakes. And he is prone to making a mistake simply because of the type of football that we're playing, where it allows him to have so much of the ball. We rely on him. We pass him back. Calm us down, start us the attack. And if he gets pressed, and if South Africa gets pressed, if it's adopted by any of our opponents, a genuine press, that could lead to mistakes at the back, maybe also linking to a possible Tebogo Mokoena era. But I think that's more of a style of play rather than individual mistakes. And sometimes what South Africans don't really like, and Mamelodi Sundowns fans, they don't really like the fact that sometimes if a shot is well placed, he won't even attempt to go get it. I think all you need to do is show them that you tried, because if it's at the bottom corner, he's going to stand and just look at you. That's why sometimes they call him open net. But I think it's only because it's well hit. So if it's well hit, there's nothing he can do. But most of the time, he will get South Africa out of trouble. This is a perfect goalkeeper. He gets a specialty. He gets a gold star for being a modern day goalkeeper that has everything. He has the playing football abilities of Edison and also the shot stopping abilities of Thibaut Courtois. He is the perfect package, the full package for a goalkeeper, and you don't get many of those in the world. Absolutely world class, and my highest rating of any member of the South African squad goes to him at 90. Let me know what you think. Who are the best players in the South African team? Of course, there are other criteria that I took into it. A little bit of form maybe doesn't make you top 10 in my rating. I think we needed to have seen your quality for a while. Or if you did jump onto the scene, it would have been really, really impressive. So I think I went for a combination of that to create this list. Take it with a pinch of salt. I don't watch every single South African footballer, especially when they're playing all over the world. So take it with a pinch of salt. Let me know what your top players and favorite players in the Bafana Bafana squad are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, this is Itumeleng Kune. I'm with KG Tato. Catch him on YouTube channel. We are football. Please, we are football channel. Sharp.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Who will be there? Do you care though? Who will be there?